Hi, and welcome to day one, lesson one of section 4.4 in financial algebra. I'm Rob Yates, and this is the video for lesson one this week. Here's a little FYI, nothing you need to write down. You will need to have your spiral notebook, a calculator, and a pencil. According to Money Magazine, the average credit card APR, or annual percentage rate, has increased almost 9 percentage points to 20.92 since 2009. The average maximum card APR is currently 24.53%, while the average median card APR is 20.92%. However, among 100 cards included in the weekly rate report, roughly half charge maximum APRs above 25%. 12 charge maximum APRs above 27%. This is contrary to the general trend of lower mortgage interest rates. The highest APR Premier Bank interest rate Premier Bank is based in South Dakota recently sent flyers out for a credit card with a $300 spending limit, and the catch is that the APR is 79.9%. That's approximately 7% per month. All right, let's take a look at our notes from our last lesson. That would be loans, day 2, and write a question in the left-hand column. I have an example question here, which, as usual, you are welcome to use if you like. It says, how do I determine the number I multiply by when I am computing a monthly payment on the monthly payment table? Remember that the table is based on a $1,000 amount. So you divide your loan by $1,000 and then multiply the monthly payment by that number. So if you had an $8,000 loan, you divide it by 1,000, you would get 8. Whatever the table says the monthly payment is, you would multiply by 8 to get the correct monthly payment amount. Once you get a question in there, circle your 24, and hopefully your 10 is already circled, and proceed to the next slide. Remember, you can stop this video at any time and then restart when you're ready for the next thing. Please title your next page as follows for 4 credit cards, day 1. Our learning target is we will become familiar with the basic vocabulary of credit cards and be able to compute an average daily balance. I'm going to advance to the next slide because it's got all that information plus some more. Once you get your Cornell notes set up, please read pages 193 to 195 through to example 1 and define these vocabulary words: credit card, impulse buying, the Truth in Lending Act, the Fair Credit Billing Act, the Fair Debt Collection Practices, and debit card. Remember, you can stop this video and then restart when you're ready to proceed. Please stop now. If you do not have a copy of the reading, we will have the reading in the next slide, so you don't have to worry. Please write down these vocabulary words, though, so you can define them as we go through our reading. This is the first few paragraphs of our reading. What do I need to know to use credit cards? Please read the following 3 paragraphs. Stop your video in order to do so, and then when you're ready to proceed, hit play. Here is the 3rd paragraph of our reading. Stop the video, read it, and then proceed to the next slide by hitting play when you're ready. Here are paragraphs 4, 5, and 6. Please read these. It does have some important information about the Truth in Lending Act, your responsibility if you lose your credit card, your maximum liability if you lose your credit card, and what your rights are according to the Fair Billing Act. Stop the video, read this page, and then hit play when you're ready to proceed. Here are the concluding paragraphs of our reading. It does have debit card in here, one of our vocab words. Please read these paragraphs, and then when you're ready to proceed, hit play. Here is what example 1 looks like in our textbook. We are going to have this in our slideshow, so I just wanted you to see what it looks like. What are the responsibilities of a credit card holder? If you lose it, you need to call up the card company and let them know. If you lose it and you don't report it stolen, you are liable for up to $50. And there are other responsibilities as well, as I'm sure you can imagine. You got to pay that bill once a month. Why might a customer prefer to shop at a store that accepts credit cards over a store that does not accept credit cards? Well, you can get now what you want, might have to save up for later. That's the beauty of a credit card. If you decide you want a guitar and you don't want to wait 2 years to save up the money to get a guitar, you can buy one now and pay it off over 2 years while you're learning how to play it. Here's example 1 on our page 195. It says Frank lost his credit card at a local mall. He notified his creditor before the card was used. However, later in the day, someone found the card and charged $700 worth of hockey equipment on it. How much was Frank responsible for paying? Well, if you did your reading that we just showed you, you would know that it is 0 because of the Truth in Lending Act. Lost cards that are reported stolen, the owner of the card is responsible for 0. Get that down, and when you're ready, proceed to the next slide. Here's a check your understanding. It says Carrie's credit card was stolen, and she didn't realize it for days, at which point she notified her creditor. During that time, somebody charged $2,000. How much is Carrie responsible for paying? Did you read that Truth in Lending Act part? If you did, it would tell you that you are liable for up to $50. If you didn't read the Truth in Lending part and don't know what you're responsible for, what you're not, you should read it because it will show up on the quiz. Get that down and we'll go to the next slide. Here's example 2 on page 195. It says credit card companies issue a monthly statement, and therefore APR, annual percentage rate, must be converted to a monthly percentage rate. If the APR is 21.6, what is its monthly interest rate? Well, you're probably thinking this must be some kind of tricky computations to figure this out, but all you have to do is divide by 12. There are 12 months in a year, and to figure out from an APR, or annual percentage rate, what the monthly percentage rate is, you just divide it by 12. And when you do that, 21.6 divided by 12 is 1.8%. Please get that down, and we'll proceed to the next slide. Here's example 3. Example 3 says, Rebecca did not pay last month's credit card in full, and below is a list of her daily balances for the last billing cycle. Find Rebecca's average daily balance. All right, to determine average daily balance, we take the days and we multiply them by what she owed. And then we add them all together. So we have 7 times 456.11. And then we have 3 times 1177.60. And we have 6 times 990.08. 9 times 2115.15. And 5 times 2309.13. If you multiply those all, what you get is $3,192.77. Then you get $3,532.80. 6 times 990.08 is 5,940.48. 9 times 2,115.15 is $19,036.35. And 5 times $2,309.13 is $11,545.65. Then you add them all together, and what do you get? You get $43,248.05. Why do I add them all together? Because then I divide that number, 43,248.05, by the number of days, in this case 30. And I get her average daily balance, which is $1,441.60. Now, it's a lot of computations, and it takes a little time, but there's nothing more complicated going on than addition, multiplication, and division, all of which I know you know how to do. Get that down, and then proceed to the next example. Okay, go over your notes. Underline what's important, and when you get done with that, circle your 10. Here is our assignment for today. It's assignment number 20 in our Canvas. It's problems 2, 3, 4, 5, and 8 on page 197. Thanks for being here. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.